The Weeknd is dropping his final and new album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, in only about 2 weeks. Today, we're gonna go over why this album is yet again looking like it's gonna be really amazing and all the latest news that we've gotten ever since December at this point that I made the last video on this. So let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So Hurry Up Tomorrow, The Weeknd's new and last album, the final piece in the new trilogy that he's been teasing at for quite some time. It's been quite a lengthy rollout. It is dropping on January 24th, just like we went over in the last video. So only in about 2 weeks. And I do want to mention, I talked about Open Hearts in the last video, that song that he dropped with the Apple Vision Pro music video. That song is amazing. I really love that song. I don't know, I just wanted to mention that because I've been just listening to the YouTube version of this because for some reason it's not out on streaming, but it's really giving me that After Hours vibe that I so loved about After Hours, so I'm fully here for it. Anyway, let's keep going over a couple of things. We do still have that Rose Bowl listening party coming up a day after release on January 25th obviously at the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena, California. So let me know if you're going there, because that should be, as it looks like right now, as it is dated for the day after the album's release, it's looking to be kind of like a listening party, like a live listening party with The Weeknd that he's just holding for the fans, which I do think is cool. And I mean, this is also kind of then introducing the tour that then he might be going on for Hurry Up Tomorrow, and people will get to experience those songs that we didn't get hinted at Sao Paulo for the first time live, and they had the chance to listen to them. But anyway, let's talk about the new stuff that's been happening, because there's been quite a bunch of things. So just before the end of the year, so just before December 31st, we started getting several billboards across major cities, and Abel himself posted a lot of these on his social media. So we've gotten multiple minute compilations of these billboards, and on these billboards we can see the different fonts or the different styles of the albums being used to spell the end. But it is this weird spaced out the end that obviously is supposed to spell The Weeknd. We've had this same thing happen in the music video for Open Hearts, where we had The Weeknd and then shrunk down to just the end by removing the unnecessary letters. Obviously, it's kind of a simple thing, but it says the end is near. So again, kind of alluding to the fact that this will be the last album. So these have been spawning all over the place. Let me know if you've seen one live. That would be really cool. But, you know, these billboards is just something that artists have kind of discovered for themselves over the past couple of years, that we see them pop up more and more. They've always been there, but more and more artists make use of these billboards. And also, interestingly, he did connect another post to this by posting on December 30th 8 beautiful chapters in this story. And as we can see, it is this compilation in the style of the trilogy, so the original trilogy, with that the font and kind of like the track listing, which says the end is near, and then we have all 8 albums listed out. So Trilogy, Kissland, Beauty Behind the Madness, Starboy, My Dear Melancholy, After Hours, Dawn FM, and then Hurry Up Tomorrow. Kind of in this side-by-side thing, kind of like the mashups that fans have been doing for quite some time. So I like that he's taking note on this, because we've been talking about this kind of mashup for quite some time. I like that he seems to, you know, be around on the Twitter accounts, on the subreddits. It looks like it, at least. Now, also one major thing that we didn't cover yet, just because it didn't get announced up until the last video that I made on this, is that there is a movie coming. So we got this announcement from Abel as well at the end of December, that a new movie with the same title, so Hurry Up Tomorrow, will be coming to theaters on May 16th. So this will be quite some time after the album drops, about 4 months that we have the album just as the audio version before it'll come to theaters. But still, This is yet again just kind of like proving the fact that he, can do multiple creative outlets and connect them together. And I mean, we haven't seen him do a full movie for one of his albums. We've gotten these short films, but never a real movie in theaters. I mean, he did The Idol, obviously, so we know that he is kind of fond of the creative outlet of movies or series. But, it's still something new. And as you can see, he had Trey Edward Schultz, Jenna Ortega, and Barry Keohane at Lionsgate. So that's kind of the company that's doing the movie. So that's actually a pretty well-known stacked movie. So this won't be some kind of indie thing uploaded to YouTube. This will be a full-blown movie. That is also pretty big, because usually when artists say I'm dropping a movie with it, it's like a YouTube documentary, which is not a bad thing, but I'm just saying this is yet one step above that. And then connected to this, he also set this live at his Australia or New Zealand show. He did post it though as well, where he said 2025, so this was yet in December, on December 18th, new album, new tour, new movie, new everything. So he's saying that there's going to be new everything. To me, it kind of seemed weird hearing Abel say this, because, usually, people like that say, new this, new that, new everything, 2025. It's kind of funny that Abel was the guy to say this, but I do see it as a positive. We're getting a lot of new things from him. That is definitely a positive. Also, one more thing that I did want to give a shout out to is that he is now part of the Spotify Billions Club thing, where, they invite artists to have this Billion Club live show, and you can actually watch this on Spotify. It's actually uploaded as a podcast episode, but it is actually about a 1 hour, live video of the concert, which he did in collab with Spotify, which I do think is a pretty cool thing. And I mean, it's always creative ways for Spotify to get, artists on their page. I did it with Miley Cyrus and whoever else was on there. But now we also have the episode for The Weeknd. Now, there are also really a couple of songs that we can expect on this. Obviously, as always, I'll keep you updated as soon as anything more happens, so make sure you stay subscribed. But just from the trailers, just from the Sao Paulo show, there are a couple of songs that we can kind of gauge to be on the record, like a Take Me Back to LA, like The Crowd, like obviously the singles that we've gotten. I did want to shout out one video from the YouTube channel Anything Able that had a 20-minute YouTube video breaking down the different snippets that we've gotten and what they could mean lyric by lyric. So if you want to go into a full hardcore deep dive on that, make sure to go check out his video, because I think it's really interesting to kind of take a look at what music or what material could actually make the new record. But aside from that, that's going to be it for today, because we don't have a lot of news on this besides all of this. I mean, it's still pretty much big news. We got the billboards, we got the movie, we got that Spotify thing, we have the Rose Bowl show coming up, which I think is pretty exciting, and I'll be looking forward to seeing how that all plays out. But obviously, in about 2 weeks, the album is dropping. I hope you're here for the ride. We're going to be making a lot of more content coming up as we lead into the rollout of this album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, the end of an era. It's going to be really exciting. So I hope you're staying with me on this ride. But I do want to know what y'all think about all of this, about the new record, about the billboards, about everything that I talked about in today's video. So make sure you let me know all your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.